And once you have the money, you can stop paying tax and even get richer, while the poor people working their ass off 9 to 5, 40 plus hours a week to feed their children, they pay fucking taxes. And when you have the wealth to escape it, you can just fuck away and stop paying it. It's so fucking fucked up. So hi everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. So in today's video, I just want to talk a bit about what I think about money and power and how money maintains the infrastructure that already exists. So I realized that by going to university, right? So I'm from a smallish town, like 100k people. It's not that small, but it's definitely smaller than some big metropolis. But yeah, for university, I moved out to a bigger city. I put the population here. And when you're from a small town, you're not necessarily exposed to as much wealth, depending on where you go and with who you hang out, right? So in where I'm from, I was not hanging out with the rich kids. I was going to a smaller school and a more neighborhood school, right? So with kids from the same background as me, and it was very white as well. It was very there was no diversity, is what I'm saying. And coming out to this bigger city for my university studies, I realized many things. So right now I did one semester at this school. It's an English school, and I was in a francophone school before, and I was exposed to some crazy stuff. By crazy stuff, I mean like people with money just people with money that are richer than me. It might sound like I'm just envious of them, and maybe it's the case, but I just want to talk about how I realized that some people were rich and that how this money was maintaining the system, right? So in this first semester, I got to spend time with kids way richer than me, and they were talking about stories about how sometimes there was someone in the family that was lending money to a child and was just telling them to start something. Like, so I give you, and the amounts were like nothing I ever heard of before. So I heard this story of someone's dad giving his son like $5 million. I don't know if it's true, maybe it's just stories, but he gave the money and he told his son to go start a business. And it sounds stupid, but I realized with that once you have money, you can just generate money. That's how it works. So they tell us, right, the system in place just tells us, oh, work hard, go to school, find a job, and then you can make money and live a good life. But it's not true. School is not making everyone able to generate money. It's either you have it or you don't. And that's what I did not understand before. I was not aware of my situation. I'm not poor, and I'm very fortunate to have been lucky to be born in the family I was born in. And I just realized that if you don't have money, right, in some countries you cannot even attend school, and you cannot do this path that they tell us to do. Just go to school, make money, become rich. You don't have the chance. And when you don't have money, it's so fucking hard to make money. But once you have money, you can just make infinitely more money. It sounds stupid. I know everyone knows that, but I knew it here. I knew it intellectually that when you had money, it was easier to make money. But now I feel it here. When you have wealth, it's so easy to generate wealth. There's ways and maybe that's a poor people talking. Maybe I just don't know how to do it. So in my head, it seems so easy, but you can live off, you can invest the money, and it's with compound interest. It's easier to make money when you have money in the bank, right? That's how it works. The investments, the S&P 500 and shit, you just put money in it and it makes you more money. If you start with 100, it's not the same as starting with 1 million. And there's also dividends. If you have 100 in the bank and that's all you can put there, you will receive some cents per year. But if you have 5 millions, you can just, I don't know how much, and it depends of what stocks you buy, but you can just make way more cash that way when you already have money. So yeah, that's the first thing I realized, that some people are fortunate and they get money given to them and they can just make more money. And the discourse that is told to us, or at least to me, I cannot talk for everyone again, it's that when you work hard, you get to make money. And yeah, but I have the chance to be able to do that with school, but it's not everyone that can do it. And yeah, I guess that's why you see like these rich people getting even richer, because it's just like a snowball. I don't remember who was saying that. I put his name here, but when you put money in like the investments, it just generates more money on its own, and it's compound interest, and they get rich doing other things. But it's just that money makes money, and if you don't have money in the first place, it's very hard to generate it. And they say the first million is the hardest, but sometimes it's not even that it's hard, it's just impossible in some situation, if depending on your conditions. And I just think it's very unfair that some people don't get the chance. Just life in general, it's so stupidly unfair that some people get born in wealthy families and they can make money just, and some other people, I mean, I don't take nothing from the intelligence they have, so, like these startup people, but sometimes you just have to be in the right place with the right persons to make the money, and it definitely helps to be already rich to become even richer. So I just think that life is so fucking unfair that some people will just be miserable their whole life. They cannot even afford to eat and to have drinkable water, when some fucking prick can have $600 billion. I don't know if that's the good amount, but it frustrates me. And they want us to believe that you can get there by working hard, but that's not how it fucking works. They're like, oh, if you go to school, if you do engineering, guys, please, it's gonna give me more employees. They don't want to tell you that, but they say that if you do engineering, you do physics, you do like them, right? But they're all fucking dropouts. They did not even finish the degree. If you do that, you're gonna get rich and you're gonna have the wealthy life, but it's a fake ass dream. And so only like a small percentage of people have the money, and I don't have the information to talk about it, because I'm just speaking based on how I feel about the issue. But the stats do not lie, right? So about like how this small minority of people have the most money. And so what I wanted to say is just, if you're rich, it's easier to get richer, and it's not everyone that has the luck to go to school even. And school, they sell it as like equal opportunities, but it's not even the case, because if you don't have the money, sometimes it's just impossible. So money makes money, and that's just so fucking unfair. And once you have the money, you can stop paying tax and even get richer, while the poor people working their ass off 9 to 5, 40 plus hours a week to feed their children, they pay fucking taxes. And when you have the wealth to escape it, you can just fuck away and stop paying it. It's so fucking fucked up that we have to live in that. I never understand, and it pisses me off deeply. I have this hatred for how unfair the system is, and I think we should all fight and strive for equity and equality, and at our own scale, right? I don't mean to change the world and to do a mass thing. Just if you have the wealth to give to people that need it more. If you don't, that's okay, but just striving for equality in the daily life by doing small actions, by encouraging like things that are striving for equality. I don't have the vocabulary necessary to explain what I'm thinking, but we can all fight at our own scale. And yeah, just bring your clothes to like, there's many small actions. I put a list in the description if you don't have any idea, but there are things we can do for a more equitable society. And I think we should, because otherwise greed will destroy us. We're all, like I said in another recording, we're all humans. We're all worth the same thing, if we're worth anything at all, because like I said, worth is a concept. No one is worth anything. We're just the same, and we should all love each other, and we should all fight that each and every one of us have the same chances, because otherwise it's very fucked. And it makes me deeply sad that some people will never have the chance that some billionaire assholes have. So yeah, I just think we should help everyone, because we're all the same people, and we have to help each other, because that's what being human is about. So yeah,